And joining us now is a member of the House Judiciary Committee and Florida Congresswoman Laurel Lee. She's also part of that bipartisan task force to investigate the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Congresswoman Lee, thank you for being here with us today. I want to get your thoughts on what we need to be learning from the Secret Service. We obviously saw that hearing yesterday. Some would argue there's more questions still than answers. What are you hoping to learn from the Secret Service in the coming weeks?
It is apparent that one of the critical failures here was communication, that the Secret Service, when they come to these communities, they rely on partnerships with state and local law enforcement to secure an area like this rally. And we've seen very clearly that this was just a catastrophic failure that day in Pennsylvania. I, along with several of my colleagues in Congress, had the opportunity to go out and visit the site last week, and it is all the more stunning to actually walk that area and see how small it is and how few buildings there were that needed to be secured that day. So the first thing that I think we need to do is understand how that communication breakdown occurred, how this could possibly have happened. And the reason that that's so critical is because, of course, President Trump is out, again tonight at a rally. Vice President Harris is also out doing rallies with the public. And Secret Service has this responsibility for making sure that those are safe places for these candidates and also for the people who are attending the rallies. So it is a very urgent matter for us to get to the bottom of what fell apart here and make sure that it isn't going to happen again.
And Congresswoman Lee, I'm sure a lot of people at home are wondering what this bipartisan task force looks like and also what the timeline for all of this is going to be. Could you elaborate on kind of where things are going from here over the next several weeks? How do you begin your investigation and then continue it?
So one thing that's important about this task force is who is serving on it. So it is bipartisan, but the members of this group include former law enforcement officers, former prosecutors, and individuals with prior military experience. It is a group of people who understand how to conduct an investigation, how to hold people accountable, and how to provide transparency around an incident like this. So I know we will start by talking to all of the people that have the most important information. That'll be Secret Service officers. That'll be the SWAT team members who were there that day. All of the local law enforcement who were part of this overall response, and also the rally goers who saw and heard very important things on that day. So we will get information and testimony from all of them, put together the evidence, and understand, paint that picture of what happened start to finish here that could have gone so wrong. So I'm confident that this group working together has a tremendous amount of skill and experience to bring to the task. I know that we will, Speaker Johnson has asked us to issue a report no later than December 13th, but you can see already that inquiries and questions from Congress, visits from Congress, already is eliciting important information that will start the process of shedding light on what happened that day.
And I want to get your thoughts, too, initially. I mean, I know he just took over, but on the acting Secret Service director, do you think he right now seems to be the right guy to lead the Secret Service, or do you think that the leadership team needs a complete overhaul? In the aftermath of this, but also today, the report that the stepdaughter of Vice President Harris, the detail that she was traveling with in Manhattan, they actually had their car vandalized. So, I mean, your thoughts on the Secret Service and the leadership here?
Well, look, the resignation of Director Cheadle was a very important first step because, they have a zero-fail mission, and ultimate responsibility will rest with the Secret Service. So it is not acceptable to try to lay blame on local law enforcement or others who may have been part of the operation. So that was a very important first step. We also saw some progress yesterday, I think, with an effort to be more transparent and an effort to be more candid. But there are still so very many unanswered questions. So how far into Secret Service this failure goes, which members of Secret Service were responsible for this, where those failures lay, where that responsibility lays, that's one of the things that we'll be looking at. I certainly would expect that there will be others who are held accountable before this process is done. Which people those should be, I think it's too soon for us to say, but I do absolutely expect that there are going to be people who are accountable and also some processes that need to change. fundamentally having a secure, organized command center so that all members who are part of a response and part of a security operation are communicating with each other immediately, timely, that information is getting out. There are going to be some internal reforms that clearly need to take place at Secret Service as well.
All right, a member of that new bipartisan task force, Congressman Laurel Lee of Florida, thank you for being here today.
Pleasure to see you.